On the northern edge of the Philippines, a quiet transformation is underway, one that could reshape the balance of power in the region. The windswept Batanes Islands, long known for their rugged beauty and isolation, are now at the center of a major strategic shift. The Philippine military has just unveiled a new forward operating base in Batanes, placing it right on the doorstep of some of the world's most contested waters. This isn't just another outpost, it's a bold move in a region where every action is closely watched. Recent satellite images show the rapid development. New helipads, docks, and ramps have sprung up almost overnight. These upgrades mean troops, equipment, and supplies can be moved in and out with unprecedented speed, allowing for quicker patrols and a more agile response to any situation that might arise. The base, located in Mahatao, is more than just a collection of buildings and fences. It's a clear statement of intent, a signal to the world that the Philippines is ready to defend its interests and assert its sovereignty. Officially, the government says the base will help with disaster relief and territorial defense. But beneath the surface, everyone knows the real motivation: keeping a close eye on the South China Sea, where tensions have simmered for years. For years, the Philippines has faced mounting pressure from larger, more powerful neighbors, especially as disputes over the South China Sea have intensified. The presence of foreign naval ships just off its shores has become a regular reminder of the stakes involved. With this new base, the message is unmistakable. We're watching, and we're ready to act if necessary. The soldiers stationed here are not just on patrol, they're on the front lines of a new era in Philippine defense. The choice of Batanes is no coincidence. These islands sit at a strategic crossroads, just a short distance from both the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait. By fortifying this location, the Philippines is sending a message not only to China, but also to the United States and other regional players. Under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the Philippines is stepping out of the shadows. No longer content to be a bystander in its own backyard, the country is taking a stand, asserting its rights and its role in regional security. The new infrastructure means faster response times, whether it's for natural disasters or emerging threats. It also gives the Philippines a firmer grip on its own waters, making it harder for outside forces to operate unchecked. This is a bold and calculated step, and the world's superpowers are watching closely. Every move here is analyzed, every upgrade scrutinized, as the balance of power in the region continues to shift. By building and upgrading in Batanes, the Philippines is quite literally marking its territory, staking its claim in one of the world's most hotly contested maritime regions. The stakes have never been higher. As tensions rise and the eyes of the world turn to these remote islands, the Philippines stands ready, determined to protect its people, its land, and its future. Take a moment to look at a map, and the strategic importance of Batanes becomes immediately clear. This tiny island group, often overlooked, is actually at the heart of one of the world's most contested regions. The Batanes Islands are perched right in the Bashi Channel, a narrow, vital waterway that serves as a crucial link between the South China Sea and the vast Pacific Ocean. Just a short distance from Taiwan, these islands are closer to Taipei than to Manila, making them a critical geographic pivot in East Asia. Whoever controls Batanes doesn't just gain a vantage point, they gain the ability to monitor and potentially control the flow of ships and submarines through this maritime superhighway. Every day, commercial vessels, military fleets, and vital energy supplies pass through these waters. For China, the Bashi Channel is a strategic gateway. It's a route for its navy to break out into the Pacific, project power, and secure its interests far from home. Control here means influence over a major artery of global trade and military movement. For the United States and its allies, keeping this channel open is non-negotiable. It's a lifeline for military operations, trade, and the free movement of goods. Any threat to this passage could disrupt global supply chains and shift the balance of power in the region. The construction of a new military base in Batanes isn't just about defending Philippine territory. It's a bold move in a high-stakes global rivalry, signaling that the Philippines is ready to play a bigger role in regional security. Today, Batanes has become a flashpoint, a place where even a minor incident between rival navies or aircraft could escalate into a much larger conflict. The world's eyes are fixed on these waters, watching for any sign of tension. The Philippines' military buildup here is a calculated risk. By strengthening their presence, they're asserting their sovereignty, but also putting themselves in the direct path of competing superpowers. It's a delicate balance between deterrence and provocation. Once known for its peaceful landscapes and quiet villages, Batanes is now a key piece on the world's geopolitical chessboard. The daily life of its people is changing as military vehicles and new infrastructure become part of the scenery. Philippine leaders insist the new base is about more than just military might. It's about protecting their sovereignty, guarding precious fishing grounds, securing vital sea lanes, and upholding national pride in the face of growing external pressure. The Philippine military, once considered among the weakest in Asia, is now modernizing at a rapid pace. New ships, advanced radar, and better equipment are transforming its capabilities and boosting its confidence. This new base stands as proof that the Philippines is ready to stand up for itself. Its greatest strength isn't just its growing arsenal, but its location, right at the crossroads of Asia's most important sea routes. The world is watching, and Batanes is now center stage. The Philippines isn't acting alone. Its oldest ally, the United States, is stepping up, deploying anti-ship missiles and joining joint military drills in Batanes. These moves send a clear message. America's defense treaty with the Philippines is more than words. The US is building a regional network, an archipelago kill web, placing sensors and missiles from Japan to the Philippines. The goal: make it hard for China's Navy to move freely. For the Philippines, US support is a game changer, but it comes with risks. Hosting American forces could make the islands a target if conflict erupts. It's a delicate balance, boosting security, but risking entanglement in a superpower showdown. The partnership is stronger than ever, but the stakes are higher too. Every move is watched by Beijing. China is furious. Beijing calls the new base and US missiles provocations, accusing Washington of stirring up trouble in its backyard. China claims almost the entire South China Sea, ignoring international rulings. The Batanes base is seen as a direct challenge to China's ambitions. State media warns the Philippines not to become America's pawn, threatening consequences if conflict erupts. The US and Philippines insist their actions are defensive, upholding international law. But every move is met with suspicion, fueling a cycle of escalation. For Manila, it's about self-defense. For Washington, it's about supporting an ally. For Beijing, it's a threat. The South China Sea is now a high-stakes arena for power and influence. The world is holding its breath. Tensions aren't just words, they're playing out at sea. Chinese and Philippine ships are having more close calls, sometimes even colliding near disputed reefs. Chinese Coast Guard vessels use aggressive tactics, blocking, cutting off, and blasting water cannons at Philippine boats. Each encounter risks disaster. One mistake could trigger a major crisis. China's strategy: relentless pressure, hoping the Philippines will back down. But Manila is fighting back, publicizing incidents, inviting journalists, and rallying international support. The danger: a single clash could draw in the US under its defense treaty. A minor incident could spiral into a superpower confrontation. The South China Sea is a powder keg, and every close call is a reminder of how close we are to the edge. The world watches, hoping for restraint. What if the unthinkable happens? War between the US and China. Analysts say it would start with a massive missile barrage. China targeting US bases and carriers, the US striking back at Chinese ships and airfields. Both sides would unleash cyber attacks and anti-satellite weapons, trying to blind each other. China's advantaged geography and fortified island bases. The US and allies have prepared, building a first island chain of mobile missile launchers from Japan to the Philippines. The goal: turned China's backyard into a deadly trap for its navy. The opening days would be violent, chaotic, and devastating. No one would win easily. Imagine a conflict between the United States and China. An event that would unfold with breathtaking speed and devastating force. A US-China war would be fast, brutal, and unlike anything seen before in modern history. The stakes would be enormous, and the consequences unpredictable. In the opening days, both sides would race to deliver a decisive knockout blow. China would aim to cripple US forces in the region, hoping to gain the upper hand before reinforcements could arrive. Meanwhile, the US would scramble to defend its positions and strike back, determined not to lose ground. Aircraft carriers, warships, and fighter jets would become prime targets for waves of advanced missiles. The skies and seas would be filled with deadly threats, as each side tries to eliminate the other's most powerful assets. Submarines would lurk beneath the waves, launching surprise attacks, while stealth bombers would strike from unexpected directions, aiming to disrupt enemy plans and supply lines. But the real battle would be for information, knowing where the enemy is and what they plan to do next. Satellites, drones, and cyber warfare would play a decisive role, determining who sees first, who strikes first, and who controls the flow of information. Electronic warfare could blind or confuse entire fleets, while hackers target critical infrastructure. Modern war is chaos, fog, deception, and staggering losses on both sides. The battlefield would be unpredictable, with confusion and danger at every turn. It's a war of attrition, where endurance, the ability to rebuild, and the will to keep fighting become just as important as firepower. Logistics and supply lines would be under constant threat, and every resource would count. Industrial might and national will would matter as much as technology. The side that can outproduce, outsupply, and outlast the other could tip the balance, turning the tide of war. Victory wouldn't be clean or quick. The devastation would be immense, leaving scars on both militaries and their people. The cost, in lives, resources, and shattered communities, would be enormous. Cities could be left in ruins, and families forever changed by loss. The world would never be the same. The shockwaves of such a war would reshape global politics, economies, and the very fabric of international relations for generations to come. So who would win? Most experts say, no one, not really. China might score early victories, but the US military and its allies are too strong to defeat quickly. America's coalition, Japan, South Korea, Australia, the Philippines, would force China to fight on multiple fronts. The likely result, a bloody stalemate. China would probably fail to conquer Taiwan. The US and allies would defend it, but at a terrible cost. The winner would be the side that loses less. China's economy, reliant on trade, would be devastated. Political fallout could threaten its leadership. The US would suffer, but its economy and alliances might help it recover faster. In a superpower war, there are no real winners, only survivors. The lesson avoiding war is the only true victory. The South China Sea standoff isn't just a regional issue, it affects us all. A third of global trade passes through these waters. A conflict would trigger a worldwide economic crisis. This is about more than territory. It's a battle over the rules that shape our world. The US and allies defend a system based on law and free navigation. China challenges it, seeking to expand its influence. If China succeeds, it could set a precedent for powerful nations to bully their neighbors. The new base in Batanes, US deployments, and tense encounters at sea are signs of a deeper clash of ideas. The outcome will shape the future of the Indo-Pacific and the world. That's why this standoff matters to everyone, everywhere.